Do you have a Langmuir Systems Crossfire Pro with a leaking water table? Well, so do I. Anyways, the seam in the middle that they give you that silicone for me, it didn't hold up. You know, I ran my table a lot, and as the plasma jet would cross over the seam, the water would get like crazy hot. It would move out of the way. It would melt the silicone, and eventually it leaked. And so let me just show you how my table has held up. I've had this system, for maybe 4 to 6 months. I have to check exactly, but after, let's say, 6 months of use, this is what my water table looks like from on my Crossfire Pro. All right, here's the one side. The heat, even with water in it, has really done a number. You can see all of this has been leaking the whole time, even though I put a ton of silicone on it. A little bit twisted. And the other side, well, this side doesn't get as much use because my zero is right here, so that side gets a lot more use. This one's not as bad, but it's a little bit, and you can see. So, if you were buying a Langmuir Systems Crossfire Pro, I would take your water table to a welding shop and have a guy who's really good at TIG welding weld that seam and make this one piece. And you're going to be set for a long time. That silicone crap they give you, it gets you started, and then after you're committed and it's a pain in the butt to fix it, then that's when you realize it doesn't work that great. So, before you put it together, I know you're itching to put it together and get running. Take it to a weld shop, have them TIG weld that, and make sure they leak test it for you. And yeah, it's gonna be worth it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I will do that, and then I will show you guys the final results. So I flipped it over, and you will see, now I've always run this with water. I've never run it without water, ever. But even though you can see clearly, I think when I was cutting some of that 1/2-inch material and I was going really slow, the water moved out of the way, and you know how stainless changes color when you heat it. Stainless also is very susceptible to warpage when it gets hot. I cleaned the edge up here, and it still had the silicone on it. All that brown stuff was silicone. I peeled it all off and cleaned that up. So the silicone was there, it just wasn't working because all the warpage and twisting and stresses on the seam. So there's that side. We're going to clean the other side up just like this and weld it up. All right, so that's the only questionable area is right there. Now I am not a professional TIG welder. I have extremely, like very little TIG welding experience. But I've got nothing to lose. The silicone sucked. It wasn't working, so here goes nothing. I thought about just hitting that, but see, it's really good on the other side, and I think that's just like I put a second pass on, and I think it's okay. If not, you guys are gonna see it as it happens. Let's fill it up. Also, I'm a little worried that putting the self-tappers with the rubber washers in the second time might not seal as good as the first. So, I don't know. Here it goes. I'm going to check. So far, so good. So all the rubber washers are holding. So far we're leak proof. That's only 5 gallons, but the parts I was worried about were the valleys and all the bolt locations. Those are definitely the hardest areas to weld. But every single one of those is underwater, and I have no leaking. You know, I'm surprised. You know, I'm not that good of a TIG welder. I just started TIG welding, you know, a little bit ago. So I was worried. I was really worried, actually. So far, so good. All right, thanks for watching. I guess I'm going to go ahead and post this video since it worked. And if you're interested, the TIG welder I used is the CK Worldwide MT200 ACDC. I've got a video on that. If you're an aspiring TIG welder, that is probably the best entry-level TIG welder you can get. It's at the very high end of the hobbyist. It's probably the highest end hobby TIG welder you can get. I wouldn't say it's commercial or professional, but when it comes to hobby grade TIG welders, I don't think there's one out there that's better than that. And I researched it for like 6 months before I bought it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. It means a lot to me, and it really helps out the channel. If you like, and leave me a comment. And if you've got leaking issues, find a buddy with a TIG welder. TIG welding is a lot easier when it comes to making things watertight when it comes to welding. So that's going to be the way to go. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.